participated. Shout out to Tim Shepard and company. They really did their thing. Shout out to you, Hood Classic, Money Marlowe, Pearly Rowe. Pearl, you know I'm always messing up somebody's name. He gonna kill me. They'll be like, sis, you don't just mess up my name. I do it all the time. But, and then, shout out to Maya. Did I say Hood Classic? Like, it was super dope. But Hood's in the building with us tonight. That's first of many. You don't normally be here on a Friday night with us.
Wake your goat mouth ass up.
Yes. So listen. So I want to just start the show off with a huge announcement that's coming out of the One Voice camp. So we are moving. So shout out to the people who definitely made that possible and happen for us. Shout out to Lady Jane for putting in the groundwork and everybody else who's. So what's going to be dope is we have our side where we're going to be doing all of our production.
Right.
And then because all the events that we do, we have our own bar now. Yes. And the name of the bar is called Black Charlie's. Yeah. Our VIP section is called the Mr. O's VIP section. In tribute to Miss No Mill's dad. And then for you, bro, I wanted to, say a lot on the air so you know. So on Saturdays, we're going to be doing brunches. So the brunches will be your mother's name, and that's the name of the brunches that we're going to be doing on Saturdays. And we're taking all of our parents' names and all of our loved ones' names that, either have passed or mean something to us. And when you walk in, you're going to see their names all over the building on the walls.
That's dope.
So, because without them, none of us would be here.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? With them teaching us the morals and the values and the things that to make us who we are.
Right.
So that don't make sense. But there's been some crazy stuff happening in the city. Some crazy stuff. So we're just going to jump right into it. The views of E.Millz does not reflect no one in this studio. Bro, you're like, oh my God, what you doing? So, as you all know, the Kansas City Police dismissed. Yeah, I forgot. Yeah. I have not forgot. Had totally dismissed the fact that there was someone running around here killing black women. Just totally. If it wasn't for the fact that woman, do you have a clip?
Give me a second.
So our producer's gonna get us a clip together.
Shout out to Davion. What's up, Davion?
What's up?
Yeah, shout out to them who's also, working behind the scenes to make sure we get everything done. But it was just like, because he was picking them up off in the 27th corridor area. He was doing it Terry Blair, I guess. That's the best way to put it. I should make fun of that, but that's what it reminded me of. And if it wasn't for the fact that this young lady did not escape, and she escaped out of Celsius Springs, and if that did not happen, we would not even be knowing anything about this. And there were some community leaders who was talking about it, who was putting it out there, and they were ignoring all of that. But my question to everyone is, do y'all think that would happen if it was Caucasian women? Bro's like, I don't know, Mills. I don't know. What's your thought? I think it would be a different outcome. I think they would have took the complaints a little bit more serious. You don't think so?
I know. I kind of feel like that.
Because
think about this.
It's something we really got. Certain things we already know.
You think about the most of the mass serial killers are Caucasian.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. So you think about majority of them get away with it.
Yeah.
Right. And it just so happens that it was some black women that we found out about.
Yeah, but it was crazy. But it's crazy. But what was crazy is the young lady who escaped. Mm-hmm. She said, I know for sure he done killed, was it 2 or 3 of my other friends? But for the police department not to take it serious is very, very concerning to me. That's why it's important that we go vote November the 8th.
Right. Yep.
And that's why it's important. So you've been working on some campaigns.
Yeah.
What you been working on?
And I have to deal with one of the questions.
We definitely, it's two major things. I know Via Hood definitely been pushing towards, and that's vote no to Amendment 2, right?
4.
Amendment 4, Exactly.
What's Amendment 4?
So basically, it's now that's the one with the funding, right?
That's right.
So it's basically They're trying to put. Well,
No, you want to come on talk about?
I mean, Hood knows exactly. Over 50 million.
Yeah. So no.
Oh,
Come on over here talking. So because
it's ridiculous. Hood knows more of the facts. Like he's been informing me and shit. Like he's right here for me because it makes a lot of sense for us to have this information for real because we really are the voice of our own community, bro.
Mm-hmm.
So if we don't get out and vote, if we don't get out and tell the people what they need to vote on, the tricks they have on the ballots where you think, oh yeah, you're supposed to vote yes on that. No, you're supposed to vote no against that. And sometimes people be like, oh, dang, I didn't know. You know what I mean? And it's just informing people, man.
Yeah, so we just talked about them dismissing the case for the black folks, right? Having to deal with being tortured and captured and all this different weird shit that they was doing to them. And Amendment 4 talks about us specifically, our taxpaying dollars. 25% of that,
25%
your
of
money going to pay for police funding without having any type of local jurisdiction over your police force. So I can understand it was like, yo, we paying 25%, we're gonna have 50% of control of our police force.
But here locally, we don't have any control over our police.
Well, y'all know we're there's only a handful of cities who do not have control over their police department, and we're definitely one of them. So what's the other amendment?
So the other amendment talks about question 2, which is basically what he was talking about, the $50 million of affordable housing coming to Kansas City area. The reason why that's important is because it's tax free.
Yes.
Right? So there's a bond that comes here that pays for certain things in Kansas City, and this bond will pay all of that money that's admitted for affordable housing to close the gap.
Good.
Right
now, is that for?
See, I sit on the fence with that one. I do. I really do. I sit on the fence with it. You know, and people like, Mills, are you serious? Yes, I'm dead serious. So my thing with it is this, and don't y'all come for me like, Mills, you're so progressive, whatever. Can't believe you're thinking this way. So what about, you know, like the homeowners, right? And someone moves next door to them, and the only thing that they can't afford is just the rent and can't afford the upkeep of everything else that comes along with the home. So that breaks down the value of the homeowner living next door to them.
But see, my thing is, what counts you afford the upkeep of your home? You cut your
but
fucking grass.
But there's some people
you
who
rake
really,
the fucking leaves.
There's some people who
you take
really
your fucking trash out. You fucking organize your porch. You fucking close. You make sure your screens are neat. It's not hard.
There's some people who just really.
Some people are just really lazy. They don't deserve to be homeowners.
Also,
because,
like you gotta look at it like this: like the rental market is about to drop completely out. Like,
yes, it is, because we're about to go through a serious recession. We are.
We're already in a recession.
But it's about to get really bad because prices of things are constantly going up, but people's wages are not going up.
Well, and this other thing, you can't really say we're in a recession yet, even though we are, because the prices are going up everywhere, right? And usually prices don't go up; they start coming down. And this is the thing: when you talk about affordable housing, I'm not going to say you're saying somebody's property value coming down, but it's the same thing as gentrification, right? When Caucasians move into areas that are normally dominated by like Somalians, African Americans, Latinos, and stuff like that, and the community is kind of poorly looking because they're not getting the same treatment as many Caucasian areas. What they end up doing is having that market value come down. So they come in there and scoop that up to next to nothing, upgrade their upkeep. Now it's harder for those people who are not making the money, as you're saying, because they're working 2 or 3 jobs just to have things taken care of. They need 4 incomes almost, right? They need 2 people working 2 jobs full time to make sure the kids take care of the bills, take care of and have extra money. So you put an extra strain on single family homes, which we know are proportionally African American homes, right?
Yes.
That's why this is important, because even though there's a lot of places where the upkeep could come down, it's good for people to have housing rather than for them to be out in the streets looking to come break in your house.
Right. And that's the other, like, the thing about that too. So you
gotta remember, like, we're in the room, like, we're all have a community organizing or political organizing background. Yeah. So like we can talk about this forever. I think because y'all
you good. I was gonna say, like, what Hood Classic was saying. You know, we got wages. Like, corporations have made the most profit that they've ever made in the past 70 years. They are the wealthiest that they've ever been.
I disagree.
And on top of that, the reason why they made so much money these last 2 years is because they artificially raised the prices of everything.
That's right.
When they talk about inflation, that inflation is artificial. It's by the
You know what
corporation.
pisses me off too, though?
What?
Like, and I'm gonna say this because I know there's plenty of black people out there that are homeowners, own property and different things like that.
Right.
I'm tired of them saying that because the white people are moving into our neighborhood, that's upbringing our neighborhood.
It's not. It's bringing up your taxes.
Notice, if you ride down my block, you might see some Caucasian people that you haven't seen before. But they don't look like the working class.
That part.
So that shit's funny. Like, you see kids in the middle of the street, Caucasian, with fucking rain boots on, with a flower dress, with a cowboy hat on.
I know who you talking about too. I know who you talking about. Cause I see him playing in the street.
Get out of the street. Hey, we call the fire department. Hey, man, I think the house is backyard fire. No, they burning tires. In that backyard.
That stinks.
Do you understand what I'm saying? So
Yeah,
I'm sick of the narrative of, because of gentrification and the white class is moving to our area, that they're upbringing our area. Hell no. They buy the property and send they fucked up kids down there. I ain't gonna lie. Like, bro, this shit, like, yeah, my dad bought this house. Like, bro, you sleep on the floor? Like, bro, what are you doing? Like, I'm telling you, bro, it pisses me off because they own the property.
Right.
They own the fucking property, but they are bringing the property value down the neighborhood for us. We already fucking our own shit up. I realize down here and fuck our shit up too.
Hold on.
Shit crazy.
They are not bringing the property value down. They are raising the property taxes.
Yeah, that part.
That's what it is. They're raising the property taxes.
They sitting there to disturb kids, the drunk ass. Man, I'm trying to tell you, it's like, and I'm just being honest because normally we talk about crackheads and drunk motherfuckers sitting on the corner and at the liquor store and at the gas station. We talk about our own people. Right. Now I got a story to tell you about this. This is real shit. Some drunk ass, crazy looking ass white people hanging out in my neighborhood down at the damn liquor store, smoking dope, walking around falling asleep, butt naked by trash.
Oh my gosh, you don't talk about butt naked.
Shit like that, to be honest.
Yeah. Coming down. When was leaving here? We were leaving here. And it was Gregory 70 and this woman, literally, I was like, I just spotted her. Right? She was just walking there.
No, she was getting butt naked.
She was getting butt naked. It's just scratching me.
Oh, you like to get butt naked?
She was getting way down naked.
She took something that made her real hot and she thought it was a good idea.
Like, that's the thing, too. I want to bring this up, too. Fuck, we're going to talk about shit. Yeah. That's like people judging people that smell like marijuana. Yeah. Now, that shit's starting to get on my nerves. Because you know what? My whole life, I hated to smoke cigarettes. But because it's legal for people to smoke cigarettes, you have to find some type of accustomed to it, or kind of like, okay, as long as my car is smoking, nigga, I'm not really. But see, now I heard somebody made a report and reported a guy because he came in to pick his child up from daycare and he smelled like marijuana. I'm thinking that's like kind of prejudice to him because what if he has a medical card? What if he has a medical condition? You can't judge him. So, and as the laws are coming with the marijuana, everybody has to go ahead and lighten up on that shit. For real.
Yes, but listen, that's another thing that we need to pay attention to and go vote on. You know, is recreational marijuana. Right. So shout out to Justin Gaston, who's really been putting in the footwork to make sure that happens. Right. But a lot of people don't realize how important that bill is going to be. You know, it's going to be freeing people from jail. Yep. People's records are going to be expunged.
And they're not even, it brings so much money. Revenue. Like, I feel as if I was more as ambitious back then, when I had the chance to at least be a part of that shit, I would have done that shit, man. I'm trying to tell you, we be paid like a motherfucker. That shit is a multi-billion-dollar business. And you don't know, they're buying all the warehouses. Yeah. All the places where you see the big ass buildings with barbed wire and shit around that motherfucker with no name on it. Yep. They growing bud in there. And it's fire.
I mean, look at Colorado, right? Funded the schools.
Everybody in Colorado got a $5,000 bonus on their taxes because of
the revenue.
They made so much money. They were able to
everybody in the state
right?
Yeah, that's
Everybody in the
dope.
state
Yeah, we get back.
That is dope as
got
hell.
an extra $5,000.
How can that be a bad thing?
Huh? That's not bad.
I don't know what
since
company
we're
you
talking
like
about,
let's talk about what cigarette company or what alcohol company
you
has
know,
supported the state to where they have given back taxes, like giving a $5,000 grant to everybody from the tax. Tell me what.
Yeah.
Now you gotta sue them to get some money.
Come on.
Yeah. So shout out to the folks who sending us some stars. Shout out to Booker. What's up, Booker?
What's up,
Oh,
Booker?
so you actually being nice. I'm proud of you.
You
know I am, daddy. It's your boy Chuck.
Hey, shout out to my baby MJ. You know, I watched this young man grow up. He sent us some stars, so thank y'all. Keep sending the stars. Because of y'all's support and y'all's thing is allowing us to grow into bigger and better things.
Right.
And because we support the independent artists,
Right.
and we are definitely now, we have really are taking it to another level. So now we have a place to where independent artists can really come and like really do their thing.
Right.
Like
Right.
really do their thing.
Right.
So speaking of places, so AT Divine is going through the whole gentrification thing. And some
You were on today.
yes, I am. And some establishments said, you know what, no more hip hop.
Yep.
And I'm just like, no, I disagree with that because more, you know, different.
Did they say no more hip hop or no more hip hop DJs? Because see, when I read the wording, it was more so like it's not that they're pushing away hip hop. They just are not gonna have DJs playing music. They want to have a live band. If you can do your music with the live.
I don't know.
I don't think they want any rap down there because they want to bring a different type of group down there, older group, right? But this is the thing: if you go to New Orleans, Memphis, Florida, a lot of these places, Atlanta, where they got a lot of black businesses established, there are strips of folk just coming down, young and old, enjoying themselves. And if you create a strip like that in Kansas City where young folk, old folk can come down and
that's what we had.
Right?
That's right.
That sets the tone. What they should do instead of saying we want no hip hop, we say, hey, we need 2 days of jazz down here.
Yeah.
That makes sense, but just to say we're gonna get rid of all hip hop, now you're gonna take a lot of revenue because there's a lot of young entrepreneurs out here in the city who got money to spend.
Well, you should get a stricter policy like
you
manage your hip hop. Like you take your time to figure out who the artist is, to listen to their music, to get a vibe, see how they are, and then you book them. You pay them to come perform, and if you pay him to perform, he's not gonna act the fool.
He ain't gonna be like, I gotta protect my bag.
Right.
You know, because
I don't think it's so much of them. It's the crowd, right?
But see, that's the thing. So then the artist, us as artists, we lose.
That's true.
Because of what they're saying about the crowd and what's going on outside.
Right.
But we're not even focused or thinking about the people that are making revenue off of this entertainment. Right. So us as artists, we lose it. Because now we losing venues to go even get booked there to perform. Right. We gotta go to town rap.
Right.
Yeah.
Vibes.
There's not gonna be venues for it. Like, we got Climax and then
it's crazy, man. Shout out to Climax for real, because you know what?
Yeah.
Climax don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
If you're an up and coming artist, if you just want to try, motherfucker, they let niggas perform. They let you perform. They let you build your craft. I done seen them let Jungle Boy Dean. I done seen them let what's the Bravo. I done seen them let people build their character as an artist and on that stage, man. So shout out to them for sure, bro.
That's right.
That's some real shit.
That's not that. They use some justification over there, right? The upkeep and the Climax will bring a different crowd and a different set of money to them, which and would allow hip hop to continue to go on. But like we talked about on AT Divine, right? They trying to switch things around to bring a different crowd there. We understand that. Y'all want it, a little bit milder, a little bit older. But the fact of the matter is that these entrepreneurs who are younger are now starting to run the city. They have the money. They're business owners. And they're young and they like to hear hip hop and they like to hear rap and they like to hear some of the
But watch how fast it changes is when because they gotta understand they're not the only ones with the bag. Just because your bag is on paper don't mean you're on with the bag. So what it's gonna end up doing is gonna build a coalition of artists, a coalition of entrepreneurs. Say, hey bro, forget what they talk about. We're gonna start buying these buildings, buying these things, and watch how fast they change every time. They be like, oh, it was just because of
Bring all that down there.
But come on back, you know what I mean? It's just.
But what they fail to realize is, and I've been saying it for weeks now, that urban spending is $1 billion industry.
Yeah.
And a lot of Caucasians,
$9 billion alone by African American women, just for like hair products and like clothes that they wear. I mean, at least.
How much did the businesses lose? I want to know. Daniel, if you look at the stats, how much did the businesses lose when we had that strike? When no black people spent any money?
It was
like a major loss.
It was a
for
major
one
loss.
day. It was like a fucking bro. We shook the stock markets in one day.
So imagine if we constantly kept that going and spent that, amongst us.
But that's the thing. They would have to spend it in their own communities, and the problem is,
what are we producing?
That is where I was
going.
What are we producing? How do we put it back in our communities when we don't have the black garden?
You know got a garden in their yard. Why not?
You know what I mean?
Why not have a garden?
Yeah.
Even if you ain't selling it, you're self-sufficient.
Well, yeah.
So you're gaining off the fruits of your land, and you saving your money. So now you can invest your money because you're like, bro, I ain't spend that $5,000 I spent on fruit every year. Shit, I had that shit in my backyard. Right. So that $5,000 went to this.
That's right.
Now I gained this. Now I can do this.
Right.
And do this. It's just about having discipline, man. That's the main thing. Black people don't have no fucking discipline. The number one thing is, I want to be shining. I want to be the number one. I want to be top dog. I want this title. I want this. I don't give a fuck about it.
Well, I don't know about you. I look in the mirror every morning and be like, world gonna know me.
Yeah, I feel you. I feel like the world gonna feel me. Like, the world ain't got it.
That's what I mean.
But they gonna be sitting in my seats. They gonna be sucking in my air. You feel me? They gonna be wearing my merchandise. I'll be sitting right next to them. Like, how y'all doing? Eating popcorn.
I'm gonna tell you, I'm going there. I'm on one of that. So, something that took place earlier this week, to where we were talking to. Listen, the views of E.Millz does not reflect anyone sitting at
disclaimer.
You know what I'm saying? It is not. Because at that point in the conversation, I feel like I had to take my CEO hat off and put my big sister hat on and get to get fit.
But that's the thing about you can be. It's laws against that. You cannot judge people off of what you never know. Right. They have a medical condition.
Yes.
Or something.
So there was one particular I'm going here. So we reached out to the AFL-CIO of the Greater Kansas City AFL-CIO and to help sponsor some of our bigger endeavors. And so when I made the phone call, to follow up, and the first thing they said we went and checked out. So they didn't check out no other show. They just checked out your show, Trey Blue Preview. They didn't go pay attention to being hated. They didn't go pay attention to hoes. Their show didn't pay attention.
Make sure y'all like, share, comment, fire up, and support with a star.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? And they did not pay attention to any of the. And the first thing the conversation started out with was, we don't know, because all they do is sit and smoke weed and say the N-word and degrade women and then woo this and woo that. I said, hold on.
They started the N-word. They created the N-word. And you know what? It wasn't a black man that created the word nigga. We just made it a lighter word. You know how people say when you hurt, sometimes when people hurt, they laugh with you.
Yeah.
And they think that's all it was. It was our culture just saying, you know what? You want to call us a nigga, we ain't some niggas. You my nigga too.
Right.
That's my nigga. And that's my nigga. Just for your niggas, we all niggas.
Yeah, I mean, like you said, they started off saying, hey, you niggers.
Yeah.
And so it's like, you know what? We're going to change this to make our own. We're going to say nigga.
Right.
And we catch them saying it, we're going to tell them that.
Right. And so it went. So I had to. And so where I had to break down who they were looking at. I said the producer, know what I'm saying, has a career,
Right.
is one of the high-ranking IT persons at the Kansas City, Missouri School District.
Correct.
You have the other two that y'all's paying attention to, you know what I'm saying, who's out here canvassing right now as I speak, regardless of issues that y'all put money into.
Right.
You know, and then we have another one, a lot of people don't know that Barney, he's a college educated person.
Yep.
You know, so they just looked and seen, and I said, well, wait a minute now. You know, that I can't let y'all just assume that this is what you know what I'm saying, what is happening. No, we're not doing that. We're not. So we collect.
Tell them to come smoke a blunt with us.
So
Make sure you bring a video, bring at least, you know, you bring 3 videos, 3 tracks, or you can mix it up any way you want to.
You want to bring your
Make
best
sure you send the professional, bring your best, bring your crew.
So once we collectively made a decision, like, you know what, we don't want their money. We're already getting big, but we're gonna get to the point to where big enough they're gonna need us to get their message out. And I honestly feel that they missed a hardcore opportunity to get younger people, brown and black people, to hear their message on how important it is, you know what I'm saying, to join the union. So Mills is gonna say this. At this point in the game, pay your fair share, keep it moving. And this is how you pay your fair share, you know, I'm telling you.
No, but this is the thing, right?
No, I gotta tell them how to pay fair share.
No. We want to stick to the point, right? The point is that they looked at this black man and we're like, just smoking weed, saying a few words, this and the other, right? We're never putting down black folks. We're always saluting.
Yes.
We have black artists, female and male, who come on our show. Some are rappers, some are producers. They do all different type of genres of music. And we offer them a chance, a platform for them to glow and shine.
Right.
We're never trying to put down black women.
Right.
We're never trying to put down black men.
Whoa, hold on. Now, if you ain't shit, I'm calling you.
I mean,
Yeah, well,
if you ain't shit, you ain't shit. I mean,
yeah, that's
your friends ought to tell you ain't shit when you come outside, but they don't. You probably don't hear it if you fuck with us. But the simple fact is, we're never trying to downgrade anybody.
Right.
We're trying to uplift and put everybody on the platform. And that's what Tree Recruit was all about. Now, we smoke a lot because what it does is great peace.
And that's the thing I want to segue off of. Hey, when I'm caught, hey, let me keep it 100. I caught my first little serious situation. You feel what I'm saying? I didn't really catch it, but I was in a situation. Now, when I went and met with this man, I was giving all my money to protect my situation. He had a bottle of XO, a bottle of Belvedere, whatever. Belvedere, Bel Air, something like that. And then he had some champagne and some wine. And so when we sat down, he was like, "You want a drink?" So my thing is this: he did that to make me comfortable and loosen, you know what I mean, making me feel comfortable so I can share with him what I need to share with him and get out what I need to get out.
That's right.
You know what I mean, loosen the edge, you know, because when you're dealing with legal situations, you know, normally people are tense.
Right.
You don't know how to
hold back.
So it was part of his tactic of making me feel comfortable to make sure he got the best information possible.
That's right.
So if you can do that in the professional field there, if we tap in with these artists, these hip hop artists, these singers, we're not just business owners that we tap into that feel comfortable smoking. Right. It's a way that makes them relax.
That's right.
You know what I mean? A way for them to feel a little bit more better on the camera where they can loosen up. That's right. Because a lot of these people, it's their first time. A lot of these artists, their first time. We don't really promote drinking. Yeah. Now, we're not against it because we all over 21.
Right.
But we don't really promote drinking. What we do on our show is more so we feel as if it's more healing when we share it with the tree.
That's right.
Just like in other places in professional business, they feel as if it's more healing and comfortable and relaxing with the alcohol.
There you go.
So I don't feel like, I just feel like I said once again, I feel like people, what they do is they want to put their finger on something, but they don't want to put their finger on themselves.
That's right.
So, I want to frown on them smoking on the show and saying nigga, but we gonna drink and say nigger.
Okay. That part.
So you gotta be right on that. You gotta be right on both ends. You gotta be fair on both ends. And one thing that we want to say about One Voice Radio is allowed us to be us, right?
Yes. Anybody comes through the door, we allow them to be themselves.
Allowed us to be us, and that has allowed the artists and the people that we bring on our show to connect and be them. And then they're able to connect with other people and put themselves in better positions.
Right, interviews are crazy.
Yeah.
But
we really tap into the art. Before we go to the music and shit, we really like we bullshit.
But you know what?
First and
But
foremost.
another thing that I said if we were so bad and so degrading, then why are we working with KKFI? And then when I said that, it was, oh, well, can you send us some clean version
And
clips?
see, then boom. Now this is the ace of the corner pocket. I don't know if I want to say it on camera. This is the thing I told Hood. Now, in the political game, because of my background, my family, I learned this. Now, when you do that, that's when you play chess. So now, because you're like, oh, hold on, that's when we go fool with it. Oh no, now, balls in our court now. So now it's one of the, this is when you pull their cards. Like they do with us.
Yeah.
You pull their cards. It's an event, say we're at an event, $5 a play, you know how the event, so you know, going over there, and there's people writing checks.
Yeah.
And we say, hey, how you doing? Yeah, hey, you know what? Yeah, you know what? We heard you guys doing. We see you guys got support going on. Yeah, man, we support. Oh, you support us? Cause I could. You did. Hey, so since you support us, go ahead and write us a $10 on. Hey, everybody. You see, gonna write us a $10 check right now because he supports us. Because the only way you gonna get the support now is write that motherfucking $10 check. I'm sorry. That's it. Right? Hey, nah, we ain't no up, kids.
But you're right. At first, we put ourselves out there for them and said we're open to
Cordially.
whatever you want to talk about and try to figure out how we can partner together and make this happen. And
Disrespect
then
my
you say
sister
no.
like that, man.
And then all of a sudden you find out that we're partnering with somebody that you love. And then you're like, oh, can we see this? Well, can we see in advance?
Come on.
Yeah.
Motherfucker, you played your card. You played your card like that.
First,
You showed your hand. You showed your hand.
It was either still in the first.
All right, so since we're on this topic, you know, it's been all over social media. And I was talking about this to some of the younger, you know, Caucasian people in my office, their opinions about, you know, Kanye, or whatever. And I don't disagree.
No, Kanye.
I don't disagree with some of the stuff that he is saying. I don't. I feel like he's fighting. You know, people like E.Millz The Crew. I feel like he's fighting Illuminati.
I feel like he's fighting them now.
He's trying to be in
He's fighting them now. He's against the white people now. He's on that shit now. He was just a fucking prize nigga for years. He was in that Illuminati shit hard for years. He on that fuck shit for years. So no, bitch, nigga, you don't get accepted with open arms.
No,
But no, this is why I say
Kanye was sucking a dick.
I don't disagree with that, but hold on, let me finish my thought and let you go. I also feel like this. When he made the comment of black people, you know what I'm saying, created, you know, caused slavery, whatever.
He said slavery was a choice.
Yeah, but listen, because, you know, he was talking about black folks or whatever, he didn't get that blowback.
No, but he got called out immediately by the black community as he said it.
So,
you know what I'm saying?
He got called out immediately as he said it.
So now he's talking about Jewish folks, white folks. Now it's, we're gonna snatch your money.
this is the thing.
Yeah, because he knew, because all the years he knew not to do that shit. Because they told him, I'm gonna pay you, nigga. Shut the fuck up on Saturday. And he shut the fuck up for so long. And then all of a sudden he's like, oh, now you know what?
That's right.
Fuck y'all. And so now they're like, nigga.
But he's right.
And listen, how much money Kanye, like we talked about? What Cal say? Kanye might have been worth $4.7 billion when he was with the D. Soon as they dropped you, he might have been worth that. He went down about $400 million.
No, he didn't. They still cashed out.
They know they have to cash. They ain't got cash out.
They already cashed. No, they already cashed.
He
already got an $890 million receipt. So he's already been on that. But this is my thing. When I think of what Kanye's doing, this goes back to one of my favorite artists, Tupac. And Tupac said, what? In his last CD.
Did you say Kanye was Tupac?
Listen, I'm going to give it to you. You need to hear this. And Tupac's last CD when he was alive, it was the Machiavelli CD. And he talked about in that Machiavelli CD, you don't go to war unless you got your money right. He got the money to go to war with any of them now.
All right, hold on.
So he got the ability to get on the platform and say whatever he wants to. You can't do it unless you're in that position because everybody else who did it got shut down and it was quiet.
All right, I gotta tell you
come on,
because
so how hard Kanye gonna go? What you think he's gonna produce this?
All right,
Not a bitch ass
number one
controversy and more money in his pocket. He ain't about to produce a bitch ass thing.
He's shaking up feathers to this day.
What's that mean? Black power. That shake feathers. That shit don't mean a bitch
Uh-huh.
Every time he's about to drop an album or a project, he says wild stuff,
Mm-hmm.
right? And the thing that gets people the most upset is the thing that helps him market himself. He's killing two birds with one stone too. He got himself out of that Adidas deal.
Yeah.
He did that on purpose.
Yeah.
He got himself out of the Donda schools. He did that on purpose. Y'all don't remember when he first got with Kim, his whole thing was like, I'm about to be a billionaire. I'm about to be a billionaire.
Yeah.
But all that money came from people.
Yeah.
He's cashing out.
Yeah.
And he's about to drop a project. Ain't nothing he's saying is profound, and ain't nothing he's saying is for no cost.
Right.
Other than Kanye making money.
Nah, I can't say that. I can't say that.
That's
he
easy
has a pattern.
That's his
I don't disagree.
It's a pattern.
I don't disagree.
It's in his
But
music.
that does not stop the simple fact that he's addressing these Jewish owners of not just these major companies that we've already talked about that's monopolizing the system and the game financially, that the biggest blowover that they ever had, right? Because the problem is with them is they're saying, hey, people lost because of COVID, but we still got our vacations we need to take. Right. So guess what? We're going to charge you more money so that we can still take our vacations, regardless of giving the people who make the money.
Kanye's not exposed. He's not exposing his facts.
When he
Those are his facts. He's not exposed that shit.
He did. Because he talked about those
what
people.
new thing came out? What new
Yeah,
thing?
those are his facts.
This is the same thing that they
We got
been
some
talking about
folks.
since
We got some folks.
Right.
We got some folks
Kanye never
trying
said
to
anything.
Listen,
profound,
so we got some
new,
folks trying to
anything intelligent.
That is not a
I
hidden
wouldn't
fact.
say not intelligent. I wouldn't say everything is new. But the thing about it is, what celebrity do you know has gone on any platform and exposed the music industry? It's not just the music industry, but the corporation and the
Jay-Z.
financial
Jay-Z.
against black people.
Jay-Z. It's funny. It's
Jay-Z that went on there and
Yeah,
exposed, or
Jay-Z.
Jay-Z that dropped hints.
Jay-Z sold out.
Hints.
Anyway.
That's the most powerful.
No.
So
That's
let's so we got some folks that are making comments. I like the fact that Booker, made a comment that the fact of there are some other cities who have unions for rappers. And I think that would be something dope for Kansas City. You know what I'm saying? To have, I don't know how the logistics would go or how that would work.
I try to start something like that up on a small level, but it's takes a lot of work.
There's certain different approaches to it because there has to be a communal effort. Like,
yeah.
I would say, like, who did the Hip Hop Academy? You remember that?
I don't remember who did that.
That was
And then there's another comment that he had made on here. He said there's less known rappers get a pension check signing a 360 contract deal to headline for major artists. What do y'all think about that?
360 deals are the worst deals to get.
Getting a record deal is the worst mistake you can make.
I don't know.
I'm gonna tell you why.
Depends on the deal.
Depends on the deal. Depends on the length of the contract.
Right, because you can get a deal with.
You know what a record deal is? What a record contract is?
Yeah.
What is a record contract?
A record contract is basically
It's saying I'm giving you my life sold to this company.
A record contract is a loan.
No.
It's
It's basically saying, I'm going to give you this money because you're going to make it back and more. Now, the thing about a contract that makes it profitable for the person who's on the smaller end of it, not on the major corporation end, is it has to involve them having some type of ownership of things that they produce, either music, clothing, artwork, or whatever.
With that name on it.
But if they're able to get, so if you're getting say you get a 30% cut, this is huge, you never get this. But say you get a 30% cut out of your clothing, artwork, music, all that stuff, and they're willing to get you your masters after time, you really have a great deal. You see what I'm saying? Just like they were talking about Future sold his whole catalog for publishing, his whole publishing catalog for $65 million. Now, this is a discrepancy amongst some people because they're like, country artists, rock artists, they sell it for like 300, 400, 500.
Mm-hmm.
But rap artists don't usually get that type of deal. Right? So what Future got was a great deal, but what he also did was sold his work, right? His lifetime work. So, I mean, on one hand, it's like it's not the game to really get into for longhand unless you understand contract businesses and how they work in your favor and how they don't. But for a lot of young people, if you give somebody a $30,000, $40,000 advance with a contract that's 6 years long, but they don't understand it, they don't realize that they're locked into something for a long term, right?
Right. Or they also don't know that they are locked into like horrible percentage points.
And that they have to pay that money back.
Right. So like back in my former life, I was a producer. I've seen a couple of contracts from Interscope, et cetera, et cetera. I also have friends who are in the music industry right now that have also had bad deals. Don't ever sign a record. Don't, because you as an artist are the last and least paid, and you owe them up. And your labor, and this you got to think about this. Your labor, the amount of work that you put into the music, into your work, is worth way more than what they're willing to pay. And what they are doing is they are counting on you being desperate for that couple $1,000s.
Yeah. So the money is off.
And
keep going.
let's say you're a good artist. Let's say you got some popularity. They could be like, you know what? I don't like what you got going on.
Right.
You signed that contract. We ain't putting nothing out for 3 years.
Right.
Yeah. They can put
You don't get paid no money.
Yeah.
You don't get to do no shows.
Yeah.
You don't get to create anything for yourself.
So you gotta figure out all your own revenue. You gotta be a hustler, motherfucker.
So with that being said, we're gonna start with you better be a hustler.
And
The
last thing about
you
that,
gotta be smart.
so he's right? You can get a good record deal if you have somebody who understands good contracts and understands what you're capable of.
Right.
But most of the time, you do it by yourself is a bad deal. What you want is a publishing and distribution deal. Now, that's
different.
Yeah, that's different type of thing.
We gotta do a whole show.
Yeah.
Gang. You know what I'm saying? We see you, Booger. We gonna interact with the comments and stuff like that. We're paying attention. But sometimes we get deep
I
in
do
thought.
eat burritos, so we try to be cute and slick, whatever. But you ain't sitting in my seat. So with that being said, like listen, we got some dope stuff coming out of One Voice Camp. You know, someone with, so we have, shout out to all of our viewers.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That is coming. So, November the 5th, y'all. November the 5th, we have the Scorpio Affair, which is going to be dope. This is a dope, classy event. We got some dope artists hitting the stage. We got Kim Keys. We got Bombay J. We got Kim Keys, Bombay J. Who else I feel like? We got Willis Blunt. You know, and then of course we got Church Boy with his little self. So this is an event that you don't want to miss. Doors open starts at 9. Doors open up at 9. So this is going to be a great show. If you definitely love live artists with a live band, this is definitely where you want to be. And we're definitely celebrating all the fellas who Scorpios over at the One Voice family. Shout out to all the folks who just sent us some stars. Shout out to my baby MJ. Shout out to Booger for sending. I can't believe you actually did something nice for the One Voice team. You're growing on me. You're growing on me.
Are you a good dude, Booger? Stop back to some damn hair all the time.
You're growing on me. So as you all know that we have a lot of dope stuff, you know, coming out of One Voice, the One Voice camp. So with that being said, right after E.Millz The Crew, we have Hoish that is coming up. But listen, our week is always dope. So Tuesdays we have Not That Dude Again with our very own Cal 10. We just celebrated his birthday. You know, you got a birthday coming up. Davion has a birthday coming up.
Building.
All right, surrounded by. And then on top of that, on so Tuesday Not That Dude Again. On Wednesday we got Tree Blue Preview.
Hey.
You know what I'm saying? So you guys are definitely doing a thing. So when we move into the new spot, we definitely want to turn down show up a notch. You know what I'm saying? So instead of we're definitely gonna play the artist videos, but we definitely want them to start performing their stuff live right there. In the
Hey, you
studio.
hear that, artist?
So yes. So definitely tap in with Tree Blue Preview. And then on Thursdays, of course, y'all, we have Opinionated.
Right.
So there's that. Yes, Opinionated. So they're definitely doing their thing with Opinionated.
Right.
So it's definitely gonna be super amazing what we're doing. Some of the One Voice team has already started their training over at KKFI. So we're definitely, moving forward with that. A lot of people don't know I actually sit on their board. So, I'm really pushing them in the direction of going to, cover a lot of brown and black folks events.
That's right.
That is taking place throughout the city. So you're going to start seeing KKFI at a lot of more stuff that is taking place. So Yeah, we're not gonna do just 2 minutes this week.
Hey, but you catch me tomorrow. I'll be on
Yes.
that little Ross.
Yes, definitely.
Mm.
Definitely gonna be.
Man,
Oh,
I'm
tomorrow.
on there with you, man.
So you said,
I'm
but
on there with you,
tomorrow,
man.
tomorrow we got Mother's Earth. She's doing her burlesque show tomorrow.
Hey.
And so I want to shout out to my baby Mary. She just turned 21. And so we're taking her to the burlesque show and
Awesome,
happily definitely, helping her do her thing. But yeah, we gotta get off here because we got hosts coming up next. It is I, as me, your favorite black girl.
Yeah, Nickelback Johnson, CNT or TDT if you know.
And wait till Goat Mouth 5 subbers to the classic, you dig?
Yeah, tap in, Trick will bring you, baby!
Like,
Hey,
call it 5.